Yo, what is up guys? It is Bazzaa here today, back with another video for you guys. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic, and thank you guys for stopping back on the channel today. Alright, so you guys have probably read the title and you're like, yo, what is this video about today, Baz? This isn't like your normal video, your top 5s, you know, all of that type of fun stuff. Honestly, guys, today I'm just going to be speaking my mind, and I'm going to tell you guys how I've been feeling about Fortnite lately, and the changes that they've been making, and how I feel like it is going to affect the game, and why are they doing these things that I believe are unnecessary and are going to change the game for the worst in a bad way, and a way that, or changing things that we don't need. So we're going to talk about that today. I have a list here of a lot of things that I think were unnecessary and things I don't understand why they were changed when things were working fine. Now, I'd just like to say I'm not hating on this game. Obviously, you guys know I make videos on this game every single day. I love this game. I love Fortnite. But I really hope it doesn't, I guess you could say, kill itself and be the death of its own game, I guess. The death of itself. And, you know, people have been talking, I've seen some videos in the past about, you know, Fortnite dying and all that type of stuff. And this video isn't exactly me just making my own version of that. I'm really talking about here, in my opinion, why, or these I guess, related, or these unrealistic changes, sorry, that's not the right wording there. These changes that are unnecessary, and why I think it can affect the game. I'm not necessarily saying Fortnite is dying, because I definitely do not believe that. Like, I 100% do not think Fortnite is dying. Like, this game is still going up, in my opinion, and it's got a lot more room for growth until it starts declining if things don't go bad and they stop doing the things that are affecting the game in a bad way. So, first of all, I guess my first thing I'd like to say in the video is let's talk about the thumbnail of this video quite briefly. So, I know you guys can already see in the thumbnail, you've probably seen the thumbnail, and you're like, okay, so it says here, basically, shotguns being pointless, and all shotguns have been vaulted. Something along those lines. Now, the reason why I said that in the thumbnail, the reason why I made it like that, is because I feel like Epic Games have really tried to, I guess, take shotguns out of the game without them actually being out of the game. Like, let's be real, guys. At the current time, right now, shotguns, they're just not, like, they don't do their job. Like, pumps have been nerfed. Shotguns have been nerfed so much, and this is another, this is going to be a little bit of a, I guess, messy video. I haven't scripted this or anything. I'm just thinking off my mind. I got a little list in front of me, but I'm going to be going back and forth a lot of times, but hear me out here. So, we'll start with shotguns and the tweet and the thumbnail that I have on this video. So, I feel like, personally me, and the reason why I made it, that quote in the thumbnail, that little sentence there, as if it was Epic Games saying that, is because I feel like they're doing stuff inside of the game that is changing it way too much. And you may be saying, okay, how is it changing it way too much? It's not necessarily changing it way too much, as in the sense, you know, you wake up the next day and the new update has completely changed the game. It feels like they're doing things to these guns, they're nerfing guns, and then they're also making other guns super overpowered. And my perfect example for that right now is with the shotguns and the SMGs. It always seems like they're always making shotguns worse in some way, and then they're buffing SMGs, introducing new SMGs, removing the TAC SMG, which is another thing we'll get onto, and then adding this new compact SMG. All of these things are pushing towards us using shotguns less, because I will, if I ask myself right now, would I prefer taking a pump over an SMG? I would honestly, completely honest, no lies, I would take an SMG over a shotgun. I think a lot of you guys will agree with me right here, but the insane fire rate that these SMGs have right now inside of the game, and that goes for all three SMGs, especially the new one, is super insane, and it honestly just outbeats a shotgun. If you're playing against the guy that's using a pump shotgun, he shoots you for 60, 80, and then 92, and keep in mind, this is a pump shotgun, so he's got to repump that, and you've got the new compact SMG that's got 50 bullets in the magazine, and you're hitting a few headshots, you're getting all these body shots, and you're just absolutely hammering him with this SMG. Like, it shoots insanely fast, this new one. You're honestly going to beat out a shotgun at most of the time. If you know, it's obviously just a little bit of random, you know, he could get 150 for a pump, you don't know. I'm just giving an example here, but most of the time, I honestly believe that you can beat out a shotgun with any of these new SMGs just because of how fast they shoot, and then with the new update, them nerfing the shotgun so that you basically, there's a little timer between every time you switch a weapon when that's a shotgun. You know, that just nerfs shotguns even more and makes them less useful. You know, there was a point where they nerfed shotguns and they made the pump do less damage, but people quickly started to realize that we can sort of, I guess, make our own changes to make this effect still okay and make the shotgun still usable. And I guess that's an example of the double pumping that, not the original double pumping. I'd say double pumping V2 when it was back in the game, but it wasn't as good as it used to be. And people started doing that, even though it wasn't as good as when it was originally in the game. It was better because the shotguns were getting weaker. It was better to take two, but even though it was a bit of a slower double pump, it was still worth it. And then me personally, I was always one to run a tack and a pump, because I felt like, you know, my pump, I'm not relying on that anymore, because the chances of me getting a one pump is very low than what it used to be when the shotguns did 230 damage for a headshot, or the pump in particular. And I would like to run a pump to do my first lot of damage and then switch to my tack and spray them down to get that finishing kill, and that worked fine. But then they go ahead and do things where we can't switch shotguns anymore, or there's a little timer in between them which will stop that from being effective. And then it's like, okay, well, if I can't do this anymore, I might as well just pick up with this this SMG that does insanely high damage for the fire rate. It's got a good mag size, and you can just spray people down, and even if they try to build, like, they're pretty much, they can't do anything. Like, this new SMG here, you can literally, if people are building walls in front of you, like, half of the time, you're going to be shooting them more than the bullets they're going to be stopping with the walls. And that brings me on to my next point here, which is them lowering the health that walls have on the initial placement of the wall. And this goes for brick and wood. So they used to have 90 health on the spawn-in, and now they have been changed to 80 HP when they're initially placed down. Now, what this means is, if you're trapped in the corner and you're placing a wall and someone's got a minigun or LMG, even an assault rifle, or in particular an SMG, you're going to be able to get, or you're going to be more vulnerable and able to be hit more because of the walls having weaker health. It's going to take your opponents less bullets to get through that wall and then penetrate you, you know, with that being an SMG, shotgun, whatever it is, or I guess not a shotgun, SMG, you know, minigun or anything like that. And that just makes SMGs in the whole scheme of things even more overpowered and even more usable. Like, if you're nerfing walls to have less health on placement, and then you've got this new SMG in the game that can literally shred through walls as it is, what is the point in using a shotgun when you can have an SMG that can shoot through walls, still hit people, melts people at close range, and does a high damage and high fire rate? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the shotguns are just seeming to be pointless. I don't understand it. Now, I know I've talked a lot about shotguns in this video, and we're almost done with them, but the main focus being shotguns and SMGs, I don't understand. I feel like they've just completely thrown shotguns out of the equation and just forgotten about them. And they're like, you know what? Let's just buff SMGs consistently for the last 3 updates. It's insane. I don't understand it. And this brings me on to another quick side point. I don't understand why they removed the TAC SMG. They could have just, you know, instead of bringing this entire new SMG, and they could have just matched the stats. Now, I know it does have a bigger ammunition. Oh, sorry. My God, if I can speak. An ammunition. It does have a bigger mag than the TAC SMG, but I feel like that's another unnecessary change. Now, personally, I love the new SMG. It's great because it's super overpowered, but I don't know why they removed our OG TAC SMG. Now, I know it's not the very OG, but it's one of the you know, oldest and original guns inside of Fortnite. And just, that's a little side thing I just want to quickly say there. But we'll dump SMGs and shotguns real quick. We're going to be talking about the materials and something that they've been doing lately, and, you know, I guess we'll start off with the llamas. Now, I know this is old news. The llamas have been nerfed, and I don't understand why they're doing this, because with all this new stuff, making the walls have lower damage on placement all that means is your walls are going to get shot down faster, you're going to need to use more materials, resulting in you having to harvest more during the game, and just slowing down the gameplay. And I know, you can see how you can connect everything back to each other, even though this is a llama, it has nothing to do with, you know, walls being shot down faster. But when you have walls being shot down faster, and that making you have to use materials faster, having to harvest more. See, if that llama still had 500 materials, that would make all of that not so bad. You see how it's sort of coming back to Fortnite and just like, I guess, I don't know how to explain this here. It's sort of coming back to Fortnite and just making it worse for itself. You know, they think they were doing something right at the start by nerfing the amount of resources that llamas give you to, I guess, decrease the amount of building or make it less, I guess you could say, reliant, and not having to rely as much on building to win gunfights, and trying to switch up the playstyle. But then they do things like this and bring in new SMGs, make walls weaker on placement. You see, I just don't understand. Now, as I said, I know this video is a bit messy, but I'm just talking off my mind right here and giving you guys all these things that I'm thinking right now, and I don't understand. These last few updates, I've just been super confused. These last, I guess, almost a few months here, I just don't understand the changes they're making. They don't seem right to me, and I don't understand most of them. Look, I'm completely happy for SMGs in this game to be balanced, to be usable, because don't get me wrong, when they first came out inside of Fortnite, they were absolute hot trash. Like, you didn't want to use them. They were hot trash. No one picked them up, especially the suppressed SMG when that thing came out. Absolutely horrendous. But it seems like they've gone from being complete trash to legit the new meta, and you know, it's not going to be double pump anymore. It's going to be, hey, let's run 3 SMGs in our inventory. You know, I saw a clip of who was it? It was Courage. He was running 3 of the new SMG. Literally, spray 50 bullets, switch to the next one, spray another 50, switch to the next one, and spray another 50. The guy had nothing to do because he was sitting there in the corner, and eventually he was going to die because of all the bullets protruding through the walls as they're breaking faster and they're weaker, allowing more time for bullets to slip through. And with a fast fire rate weapon, it makes all the difference. I know that was a quick video here, or not a quick video. I know that was just some random little things that I had to say, but that's all I've got to say. That's me summing up the video there with the TAC SMGs, the shotguns being too weak, the walls, I don't understand. And here's a def of me dying by the new SMG, just to show you how OP they are. But guys, I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace out, everybody, and bye-bye.